So the first thing that we want to let everybody know, and this is probably one of the first misconceptions of leashes, is they're not really meant to be a restraint device. This is how you see people often using them, where the person is like essentially a glorified anchor to prevent their dog from going places they don't want them to go.
And the current fad is to have a waist leash with a bungee cord attachment, so you are essentially a glorified anchor.
Yep. But instead, think of it more like a telephone line. It is there to let you communicate to your dog without you having to physically reach over and touch them, right? So it's a way to have a clearer communication between the two of you, not to restrain your dog in place and hold them back. And we'll talk about also other pitfalls that this idea of holding your dog back in future lessons in this course. But right now, just really try and get into your head that like this leash is meant to help you communicate, not just to pin your dog in place.
I think about it kind of like a bridle. It's when I'm riding a horse, right? It's there to give my horse input. It's there to be able to interact with them. What it is not there to do is to physically restrain them. This will just cause more harm than good, and also a lot of safety issues and health issues for both you and your dog. So leash is a communication device, not a restraint device.
So with this communication, what we're really looking for is to build a teamwork between us and our dog. To like almost like dancing, right? Because we are attached, because I am on one end of the leash and my dog is on the other end of the leash, we are now one unit, right? So what we're really trying to teach our dog is to dance. If you've ever taken classic ballroom dancing, you know that the job of the leader, the person holding the leash, and the follower, the dog at the end of the leash, is there to make sure that I respond to what the leader does. So when my leader steps left, I should step left. When they step right, I should step right. If they go a certain speed, I need to go a certain speed.
Nothing to do with dominance either, right? Even when we're going to use a lot of dancing when we talk about leash work, because to us, we're dancers. That's kind of what our minds go to. However, you can insert any analogy you want in here. Teaching driving.
In the end, it's
skill.
About teamwork, right?
Yes,
because
not
we are
dominance.
one unit.
Yes. So if a leader, like if Chandler's dancing with me and he decides to move to the left 3 steps, that's usually because he's seen an issue and we need to get around another couple on the dance floor. Or if he speeds up, it's my job to speed up with him, not because he's more dominant, but because this is the lead's job to make these decisions about speed and direction. And it's my job as the follower to be able to tune into him for safety and for teamwork and in all honesty, for enjoyment.
Yeah, and like, you know, even when you think about it from a dancing perspective, if you look at like dancing from the 60s, you'll notice there's not a whole lot of dancing while holding each other. And then if you look at the dancing style, there couldn't be. If I'm sitting here at a Grateful Dead concert doing this thing, I can't do this with someone as I'm holding them, right? But when you look at like waltz, I'm attached to you and therefore we must move together.
And as anyone who's learned to dance knows, when you are first starting out, you step on each other all the time because you have to develop this attunement and this sensitivity towards one another. Okay? It doesn't mean that as a follower, if your dog doesn't have any input. If you want to allow your dog to go in a certain direction, that's fine. But I shouldn't pull Chandler or my handler off kilter because that can be dangerous. We could fall, we could hurt ourselves.
So again, think of this as a communication. It's just a way for the leader to tell the follower, hey, we're going this way, we're not going that way in this dance.